Hello, it is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday crossword, which means we're going to be solving a gentle, early week themed crossword. I'm going to solve it at the normal pace. And as you can see from the backdrop, over the last couple of days, I've been traveling. I apologize for sort of sounds and bumps and microphone pops on these recordings. When I record on my laptop, it's just not nearly as ideal a recording environment. I'll do my best. I've now put put my computer onto a surface of pillows that I'm hoping will serve as sort of shock absorbers to prevent the table from knocking and causing problems. So we'll see how this goes. But sorry over the last couple of days for any audio issues. I'm doing my best. Anyway, this is a Tuesday crossword from the New York Times, and let's see, it's been brought to us by, I didn't have this just queued up, it's been brought to us by Adam and Annette Noble, Noah Bezanson, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster, the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler, and the indefinable Charlie Paget. So thank you so much to the five of them. They're, of course, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel, they bring us this series, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to them and to everybody who's a patron of the channel at any level. It really does keep this whole thing going. If you'd like to join them, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find there the bonus videos available to patrons, and for benefactors like those five, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel. Thanks as well if you subscribe on YouTube, which is a big help and puts this video in front of other people who might enjoy it. And now let's get on to today's crossword by Alex Eaton Solners, a very experienced constructor with several dozen crosswords in the New York Times to his name. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano, and it's a Tuesday crossword. We'll have a theme. Let's start solving, see how we get on today. All right. Fanged menaces. Could be asps or something. If I had to name an official venomous snake of the New York Times crossword, it would be the asp. But let's try it and see if it works. Play division, an act of a play. You could have a 3-act or a 5-act play, say. Close or close. Close a door, shut the door, that's it. Story that jumps off the page, question mark. Not sure. And here we have a clown role in Chinese opera. Interesting. Wish I knew that right off the bat, but I don't think I do. Brand of kitchen storage containers, Tupperware, probably. That's the most famous of those. So we have, I just noticed, we've got circled cells. We have T, E, and A. We have T spelled out in the circled cells within Tupperware there, all right. Story that jumps off the page. Oh, a pop-up book. Right. Okay, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So, you open the book and then the folded sort of shapes come out and represent objects. Last thing in a Leonardo da Vinci masterpiece. The Last Supper is a famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci, of course. So here we have Chow, or Chu, the clown role in Chinese opera. That's interesting. I wonder if it's a sort of stock character or if it's a specific character from a specific opera. Often in stage sort of traditions, you have stock characters who show up in many works to be the role of the clown or the whatever. Okay, mathematical suffix with quin or sex. Tuple, quintuple or sextuple to refer to sort of groupings of numbers in a certain quantity. Okay, director Kazan, Elia Kazan of On the Waterfront, for instance, and other films. Here we have Canadian province between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, PEI, Prince Edward Island. There we go. Farm measure. Farms are often measured in acres in terms of their size. Word with league or spring. The Arab League or the Arab Spring phenomenon from several years ago. All right. Argument. A row would be an argument. And site of a famous 1836 battle. 1836. Where do I think that is? I don't know. There are about 8 million wars going on in Europe all the time around that period. Let's see. Crayon choice. A color, different color of crayon would be different choices. Oh, no. It's not going to be a European battle. It's going to be the Alamo, which Yeah, I wouldn't have known was that exact year, but certainly around that time period, the Battle of the Alamo in Texas. All right, so there we go. Remember it. Kind of acid used to make silly putty. Is it boric acid? That sounds as plausible as anything else to me, I suppose. And here we have $1 million casually, a mill. I suppose you could say a mill, a cool million, a mill. Archaeological find, you might dig up a relic of historical importance. And the second S of USSR would be the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. So there we go. And then we have cast. Interesting. So we have T and cast. What does that mean? Don't know yet. Interesting. Okay, gender identity prefix cisgender. So there we go, not transgender. Goals are, your goals are your aims. Fracas would be a melee, a sort of dust-up brawl combat. And no more for me, thanks, would be I'm all set, maybe? There we go. Probably the Dalai Lama is a religious figure who we're referring to here with the blank lama. Can't imagine what else that would be. What's the big idea, you might ask someone indignantly. And Dallas Hoopers informally, I think it's the Dallas Mavericks, which I'm pleased to have remembered. Pub pints, you could pull a pint of ale in a pub and serve it to somebody. Alley division would be a lane, so maybe in a bowling alley you'd have different lanes on which people would play. Here we have some bets in roulette are evens, right? So you could place a bet on the even numbers at the roulette wheel. And then here we have flexibility for a dancer would be would be an asset for a dancer. So for a dancer, it's an asset to possess flexibility. Big name in mattresses. Well, there are two obvious ones, Serta and Sealy, and they both start with S in 5 letters, so I don't know which I think it is here. But this, a hug, is an embrace, and that still doesn't help us with the mattresses because they both start that way. Blank James, 2008 film role for Beyonce. Did she play Etta James? She may well have. I'm just thinking of, because she's also a singer, and so it makes sense that Beyonce would play a singer, and it would fit. Let's see. Overly. It's too much. It's overly so. All right, and here's the revealer of our theme with these circled cells, which I don't yet understand. Political configurations suggested by the answers and their circled letters at 17, 24, 50, and 61 across. Political configurations suggested by the answers and their circled letters. That's interesting. Tupperware. Tupperware. Well, I don't get it. Oh, that's a shame. I just don't understand it. All right. Like a well-manicured lawn is mown. It's been mowed. And Egyptian symbols of life are ankhs. There we go. So we've got asps and ankhs. We've got asps associated with, sort of murder at times in ancient Egypt, and then ankhs here. Associated with life. Baseball franchise with a bell in its logo. I don't know. Could be the something. Not sure. Blank your other question. As to your other question, you might say, regarding that. And a junkyard dog could be a cur, a kind of violent, angry dog. Strong desire would be an urge. To digitally endorse something would be to e-sign it. Please e-sign this document, someone might say, and give me just the tiniest little twinge of a headache. Big name in mattresses. Okay, so Serta of our two options would be the one that fits, so that looks fine. Student-run class question mark. Not sure what that's getting at. Some kind of pun is what the question mark is indicating. Oh, 2-part state or something? Political configurations suggested by the answers and their circled letters. Two-party. No, that still doesn't fit. Oh, two-party systems is what it is. There we go. Okay. So why is oh, I see. Oh, that's good. Because you could have a tea party or a Tupperware party, and here you could have a cast party for actors in a production, but you could also have a or the socialist party. There we go. All right. So two-party systems. These are sort of systems because the words are interlinked, and They contain two words that can go with party. Very good. Student-run class, is it a gym? Oh, because students literally run in gym class? That must be it. Use one's winning for the next bet in casino lingo. Let it, is that what, when people say let it roll, is that, no, I misspelled it. That must be what that is. That sounds right. Oops, sorry. All right, to give off radiation or something would be to emit it, and or a mood, maybe Arthur Ashe Courage Award, e.g. Is that an SB? I know that ESPN gives out the U.S. sports cable network gives out awards called SBs, and this could be one of those. Let's see. Helpful suggestion as a tip. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be right. Force of nature, ? Gravity is not technically a force, but it is a law of nature. And I think it's fair enough, especially as a pun, to refer to it as a force. Ending for law or saw. Oh, I see. Lawyer or sawyer. So we put yer as an ending, a suffix, onto either of these words, and we get a new word, lawyer or sawyer. Okay, so Parisian pal would be ami, that's the feminine form of the word for friend in French. And blank who you know, networking principles. It's who you know, as people always say when it comes to networking. Baseball franchise with a bell in its logo. Oh, Philly something? Philadelphia something? I'm not sure. When the skeletons in one's closet might be brought out. Not sure about that one offhand. Smidgen, just a dot or a jot, maybe? Just a jot. I'm not sure. Take a chance on me, group. Oh, well, this is ABBA, so it's neither of the two things I said. It's a bit. Just a smidgen is a little bit. Rainbow hue is violet, classically one of the colors of the rainbow. And to call off as a takeoff would be to abort the takeoff of an aircraft or something. Ruler at the Winter Palace would be a czar, so that's the Winter Palace, the Russian seat of the czars. Alexander Hamilton politically. Federalist? Is this not let it roll? Maybe. Oh, let it ride. That must be what it is. Okay, because Alexander Hamilton was a Federalist. So that's why I wanted this to be an I. So then what do we have in this? So we have Federalist Party, and then we have, frat party, right. Okay, like a fraternity party at a university. There we go. All right. We've got one more left still. All right. Spare me the deets. TMI, too much information. And then pale yellow cheese is Edam, and actress Hatcher is Terry Hatcher. There we go. So folk singer Guthrie, Arlo Guthrie is a folk singer. Son of Woody Guthrie, right? And then small component of an immune response, a T cell. It's part of your immune system. So what does that give us here? You Belong With Me, singer. Is that, I'm guessing, Taylor Swift based on the crosses here? Let's try it and see. I hope that's right. If you're feeling crummy, you're ill, you're ailing. And yard sign word would be, right, you could put up a political sign, elect so-and-so. Run DMC or De La Soul are trios. There we go. Music trios, of course. And then name found in Yale Library, appropriately, Eli. So that's appropriate because Elihu Yale founded Yale University, and we can see that his name is spelled within, there's a sequence of letters within Yale University that spells that name. Okay, so what about this one? Grandparent, e.g., would be an elder, you could say. This looks like Halloween. Oh, it is. When the skeletons in one's closet might be brought out. So Halloween, there we go. So we're not using skeletons in the closet metaphorically to refer to sort of, I don't know, something unsavory in your past, but quite literally the skeletons you're taking out to decorate, I suppose. All right, so let's finish this puzzle off. Here we have a privileged group would be, not sure. And here we have put up with would be to abide, someone you put up with them. Shelf is a ledge, I would think. And Cain's victim is biblically in the story of Genesis would be his brother Abel, who he murdered. Second part of a notable Latin boast. We've had this. This is the third time in the last couple of weeks this has been referenced in some form. So this is vidi for I saw, from veni vidi vici, I came, I saw, I conquered. So there we go. Upper hand. If you've got the upper hand, you've got the edge. And then grox is seize. If you grok something, you sort of understand it, you comprehend it, you get it, essentially. That's Robert Heinlein. Is that from Stranger in a Strange Land, maybe, the novel? I think it might be. Anyway, I think the answer is C's. So privileged group, I see the haves as opposed to the have-nots. And then the Phillies must be the baseball franchise. That seems straightforward enough, and there we go. All right, that was the Tuesday crossword. There we have it. And we've got our two-party systems throughout the grid. So we've got a Tupperware party and a tea party, socialist party and a caste party, a Halloween party, which, I hadn't seen that yet, or hen party. There we go. And then finally, Federalist party or frat party. Hen party, I don't see that kind of thing used much in the U.S., but certainly in British English, a hen do is basically a bachelorette party. I assume that has the same meaning in this context, hen party, but there we go. That was the Tuesday crossword, and I'll be back tomorrow with the Wednesday edition of the crossword. Should be just a little bit of a step up in difficulty to that midweek standard, still with a theme, of course. And I hope you join me, but until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.